Hello learners, I am Dr. Prabhat Dwivedi, Principal and Associate Professor, STEP HPTI, Kanpur, India. Now I am going to start a series of lectures related to the wonderful course that is Design Thinking. So today I am just sharing the first lecture with you, and the lecture starts with the Henry Ford's quotation. He said, "If I had asked the public what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse." Actually, if I connect you to the history of Henry Ford, he is considered to be the pioneer inventor of four-wheel car. He filed the patent in the United States for the four-wheel car which was run by gasoline in 1896. And then you all understand how the Ford Motor Company created the history, and the whole world now drive the Ford cars. But that was the innovative product, you all know, car. Because before the cars, human beings were having the fastest, vehicle, that was horse. That's why he said at that time, if he had asked public what they actually wanted, public would have said a faster horse actually. So this is who the innovator is, who goes beyond the accepted social norms, who breaks the boundaries of accepted knowledge, social norms, expected boundaries of imaginations. So he was the Ford who just imagined a four-wheel vehicle known as car today, and made the world so faster, provided the world so fast conveyance, so fast vehicle. So now, here in this slide you can see the 5 logos: Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, Samsung. All you understand, all you recognize these logos. And let me tell you, these logos occupied the top 50 most innovative companies of 2020 list published by Boston Consulting Group, BCG. And in this list, Apple stands first, then Alphabet, then Amazon, you all understand, then Microsoft, and then Samsung. If you see here, Apple belongs to, again, IT sector company, less than the providing gadgets related to the IT sector, related to the communication. You all know the products coming from, Apple. They are state-of-art products, cutting-edge technology offering products like iPad, iPhone, slimmest laptops, etc., etc. Then Apple has its Android version, its safety versions and all. Alphabet is, IT company. Amazon is a retail company. And Microsoft, again, software company. Samsung is also providing, electronics and mobile cell phones, laptops, etc., etc. Televisions, refrigerators, a big range of products are offered by Samsung. So these are known for the most innovative companies. What makes them the most innovative companies? why Apple became the most innovative company. You all know the history of Apple, which was actually established by Steve Jobs and which started in a garage, simply speaking. Steve Jobs said, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. But what actually element does? What actually we all do? When there is a change, we resist. We oppose the change. Whether the change in the family, whether the change in the institution or in organization, people resist because people are in their comfort zone. We are in comfort zone. We don't want change to happen because change, we think change makes us uncomfortable. Change lands us in discomforts. But what actually Steve Jobs says, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat. And this is the magic statement which actually made these 5 companies at top, which actually makes these 5 companies to occupy the top place in the most innovative companies of the world 2020 list. So let's understand what innovation is. Innovation is the specific tool of entrepreneurs. Specific tool of entrepreneurs. The means by which they exploit change as an opportunity. See, the change as an opportunity, change not as a problem. For a different business or different service. This is what the innovation. This is a tool for entrepreneurs. Why? Because entrepreneurs, if have some innovative idea, if have got an innovative product, even if the entrepreneur doesn't have money, there are a number of people, venture capitalists, who are going to fund the idea if the idea is sound. So money is not a hurdle. So this is actually something which can make anybody enter to the corporate world and become an industrialist and makes money, creates wealth. So that actually the magic of innovation is. Then innovation is the implementation or creation of something new that has realized value to others. Implementation or creation of something new that has realized value to others. I mean, if something is innovative, that should definitely offer some value to those who are going to buy the product, who are going to avail those innovative services. So if there is no value addition, if there is nothing new, then that's not an innovation. So the innovation actually is something which results into product differentiation. As we all talk of product differentiation, when we study marketing, when we teach marketing, when we study the Porter's, generic value chain or generic competition strategies, in which we find that there are three strategies which Porter suggests. Generic strategies for competition. Three strategies: cost leadership, product differentiation, and focus. So see how the product differentiation is caused by innovation. So all three strategies, if I talk to you, which were suggested by Porter. Cost leadership. Cost leadership, how can one get cost leadership? Cost leadership means your product is the most cost effective amongst the competitors in comparison to the competitors. How a product can be most cost effective? When competition is perfect, everybody is competing to minimize product of his companies. Again, innovation can play a very, very crucial role in making your product cost effective. If you really have innovation in place, you can really offer the cost effective products by either diminishing the number of components built in the product, or offering very compact design of the product, or making such kinds of adaptations through which products can be made more affordable for the customers without compromising the quality. This power lies only with the innovation. So cost leadership. Again, if you want to use cost leadership as a strategy, innovation can play very, very crucial role in adopting for organizations to adopt cost leadership strategy of competition, beating competition. Then second one, that is product differentiation. Your innovation, if your organization is innovative, it can make your offerings different from competitors. Take an example of Apple. Apple's products are the costliest products in the world. But there is a big chunk of population which is mad about Apple's products, because they know that Apple offers state-of-the-art technology, cutting-edge technology, security, durability, sustainability, and so many such things which are really magical. So product differentiation, again, is caused by innovation. Apple is known as the most innovative company in the world now. So the core strategy of Apple is what? Product differentiation. Apple doesn't use cost leadership as a competition strategy. Which strategy Apple uses? Apple uses product differentiation strategy. And that is driven by innovation only. Innovation, innovation, innovation. So product differentiation, I was talking about how product differentiation can be done. How your product can be different from rest of the products available in the market. A product can be different in terms of design, one. It can be differentiated in terms of attributes. It can be differentiated in terms of characteristics or aesthetics. Design, like Apple slimmest laptops, Apple iPhones design, iPods design, unique designs. for which your company may be known, for which your product may be known. If we talk of design, see the design of Royal Enfield. So, for design, people are crazy. Royal Enfield has intellectual property right for its design. I mean, no other can use the design of Royal Enfield. Similarly, so many other companies have IPRs for their designs. So design is something which is visible. I mean, cell phone, visible; television, visible; car designs, visible. Visible for each one of us. So if you are making your product different in terms of designs from others, that causes product differentiation. Attributes means features. Like Apple is offering unique security features for the data, which others don't. Apple uses its own Apple software on which, Apple program on which Apple phones run. There may be other differentiations in terms of attributes or features, like several sensors are there in this cell phone, those are not in that cell phone, and triple camera, quadruple camera, this, that. So many things are there in which companies are always trying to bundle with the attributes, features, so that their products may be perceived by customers, consumers as a different. So that is what the attribute, in terms of attributes, companies try to achieve differentiations, product differentiations. Then comes characteristics. Again, characteristics and attributes are not much different. Characteristics and attributes are more or less the same things. Maybe functioning terms are there, maybe durability terms are there, maybe characteristics, maybe talking of more of sales promotional schemes through which products can be made differentiate. Bundling can be done, product bundling can be done. Branding can be in such a way which makes your product, for consumers to perceive as a different product. So those are the characteristics point of view. A product can be differentiated. And the finally is aesthetics. Aesthetics may be, beautification of the products, showcasing the products, packaging, labeling of the product. That makes the aesthetics different from the rest. Just as for so many years Parle-G has been coming in the same old packaging, but today we can see the Parle-G has also started getting little premium packaging for the products. So like in terms of aesthetics as well, companies are trying to differentiate their products, because packaging of the product differentiates, because packaging and labeling communicates with the consumers. When aesthetics of packaging are really attractive, consumers may perceive your product different from others. So that's the point. Now let's see how innovation can be done, and how can it be implemented, and how its impact can be realized. So far as idea part is concerned, innovation starts from ideation. Once you observe the problems of the society or problems with the existing products, you think of coming up more improved solution, better solution. Then you ideate, you brainstorm. What can be done so as to resolve this problem, so as to get better solution which is not available in the market. So ideation is something which give birth to the new product, to the new process, to the innovation. And when after ideation and brainstorming, screening of ideas, finally reaching the good idea which can be prototyped, tasted, and after tasting you come up with the final changed product or changed technology, improved version of product, improved version of technology, absolutely new product, or adaptation of the existing product, something like that. You get new thing, new feature added, or anything new which can really be valuable for the consumers, for the company, which can really be implemented to the market. And now when your product, your idea absolutely new, or it is adapted version of the existing product which is more valuable for the consumers, which may be more cost effective, but finally which is practical idea which consumers will welcome, embrace if it reaches the market. What you do, you just bring the innovation into the market. Your company brings that innovation into the market, and that is the implementation part. There is the second block here which says implementation. So your innovation now is there in the market, embedded in the product or service. Now consumers would see, customers would see, buy, use, and marketing of that product or technology or innovation is being done. All 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion. That is the marketing mix of that innovative technology or product or solution which is brought into the market, is now in the implementation stage. And further, companies assess the impact of that innovation, whether that product has created some value, really some value for the customers and consumers, and really successful in solving the problem of the society. One. Second, has this idea, has this innovation really contributed to the revenue and profit of the organization? Has this innovative technology, innovative solution which that company has brought in the market created value for the stakeholders? That is what the impact is. So idea, implementation, impact. This is how innovation is done. Innovation is embedded in the form of products, and innovation is brought in the market. Innovation is marketed, and finally its impact is assessed. Its value for society, for customer, for consumer, for stakeholders, for distributors, for channel holders, and so on is assessed. That is the impact part. So that's how innovation is done. Now let's see what are the myths of innovation. This is really very interesting to understand. What are the myths for innovation, myths of innovation? Let's take the myths one by one. First myth is innovation begins with creativity. Innovation begins with creativity really seems correct statement. Reality, not the myth. but actually it's a myth. Why? Innovation doesn't begin with creativity, but actually it begins with curiosity. Let's take example of Einstein. Apple fell down. Einstein was lying below the apple tree. Einstein got curious, not creative. Actually, Einstein got curious about and asked a big question. Why? Why apple fell down? Why didn't apple go up? It doesn't mean that apple fell down for the first time before a human being. Since beginning, since birth of apple on this planet, apple has been falling down on the earth only. And millions of millions, billions of billions people had been watching apple falling down since beginning. But nobody questioned why. It's a curiosity. Why? Einstein wanted to know why apple fell down. Why didn't apple go up? This is the curiosity. This is not the creativity. And that, that gave birth of the most famous gravity concept, gravitational force. We for the first time came to know about this force. And this was not the fact that he created the force. Force was actually there. Gravitational force was actually there. From the beginning of this universe, and the earth has been experiencing it. But this was the first person who became the curious and raised the question why to see apple falling down. That's why it is said innovation begins with curiosity, not actually with creativity. Second myth is innovation is a smooth linear process. The fact is innovation is iterative and the outcome of a series of experiments. Innovation is not a linear process. We never stop innovation. We all know how the first cell phone got shaped when it came before us. Almost 25 to 30 years back. It was a big cell phone device. Keypad was there, an antenna was there, and that was just limited to calling and receiving calls and maybe texting messages. But the application of cell phone was not beyond that. And since that cell phone, we all know how many generations this cell phone has passed to reach today's shape of the cell phone. So this is the iterative process. We have to look back. We have to re-engineer. We have to rethink about the design, about the features, about the raw materials, about the components, about the attributes, about the physical appearance of the product, and then only the product will be getting the newer and newer and newer designs, newer and newer and newer features, and products are becoming richer and richer and richer. So this is a never-ending process. This is not a linear process. This is actually a circular process. This is actually an iterative process rather than circular process. Iterative process. And third myth about innovation is that innovation is about risk-taking. Where the fact lies in the statement written below, effective innovation involves risk-taking. It doesn't mean that risk is not there. It involves risk-taking, but there is also assessment of risk, and risk can be mitigated as well. So it doesn't mean that all the innovation activities involve high quantum of risk. Sometimes innovation is less risky, sometimes innovation is more risky. When an entrepreneur becomes mad about inventing something, doesn't seek any job, just mad about his idea and materializing his idea, maybe he's taking too much risk. He's not doing job, he's not earning money, he's spending his whole time in innovation. That may be a risk. But for a company like Apple, for a company like Samsung, for a company like 3M, they are having, research and development department in full-fledged fashion. And they have used budget for research, innovation and development. They don't have that much risk. Their risk may be limited to the capital only, because those who are involved in innovation in these companies, R&D cells, R&D departments, they are paid. So they don't, have any risk. Company has capital risk, maybe temporal risk, time killing. If company gets fail, time may be lost. But if company gets success, company differentiates its products. Company may charge premium prices for innovative products, and company may earn huge wealth over the period and reputation as well. So there is risk, but we can have proper risk mitigation strategies. We can take calculated risk. So it doesn't mean that all the time we have to encounter huge risk. So this is about these three myths. What are the realities about these three myths? We have understood. Now, I think innovation, how innovation takes place, myths about innovation, realities about innovation may be clear to you. So I hope, learners, you might be happy after watching this lecture, because the information available in this lecture may be quite useful for you. So if you find this lecture useful, you can share with your peers and friends, colleagues, and you can like as well. You can subscribe this channel to get the lectures instantly. So thank you very much for watching this lecture.